Yo, what it do, man? We back at it. It's been a minute since we brought y'all a special guest, but today, that's what we have for you. Obviously, I'm one half of the pod. AB got my co-host D Butt,
Yes, sir.
and today, man, we got a real special guest, man. Newly acquired coach Yannick Ngakoue. What's good, bro? How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to be, blessed to be alive, above ground. Got a new home in Indy, so I'm just excited.
Word, man. Nah, I think I can speak for the Colts fans everywhere. I know we're excited to have you with that horseshoe on the helmet, man. So I know the town's gonna take good care of you.
Absolutely, yes, indeed.
Before we even jump into the interview, man, what was your first impressions of Indy? The city, the place, and then obviously the organization.
I always thought it was a dope place. Playing in Lucas Oil. My first 4 years, starting off in Jacksonville, that was an opponent that we played, twice a year. So I always felt the family vibe and the energy in the stadium. And I'm just glad to be a part of that now. Every time I was in Lucas Oil, we came out with wins. So,
yeah.
The fans,
I don't remember that.
Nah, I mean, I was from Vegas, with the Raiders, and we pulled out a win in there, and
Yeah.
I just love that the fans are like they're there to the end. Most teams in the fourth quarter, when they know their team's not going to win, you see people already leaving an exit in the stadium, and I saw still 80% of the capacity in there, so I can tell it's real diehard football fans. I'm just excited to be a part of that.
True. Hey, we definitely happy to have you. And obviously, Gus, you've had a relationship with Gus Bradley for a minute now. Obviously, starting off at Jacksonville, and now again with them in Indy. Gus, he's new to Indy as well. New face, obviously trying to bring a new attitude to that defense. Last year, we kind of tailed off towards the end. Clear we got all the talent, especially at you as well. What can Indy fans, Colts fans, expect from Gus Bradley defense?
Yeah, man, Gus, he just has an attack style defense, and being a player that just loves to be able to go, he doesn't allow you to have too many responsibilities. He wants it to be as minimal as possible so you can just fly to the ball. You remember those defenses like Legion of Boom, he was a deep for those guys. Just this past season with Crosby and myself, he was our defensive coordinator. He just allows the D-line to just fly to the ball as well as the back end. So, if you're an Indy fan and you're wondering what kind of scheme he's bringing a scheme that, allows us to get tips and overthrows and turnovers.
Man, before we get too deep into the football, we definitely gonna get that, man. Let's tap into Yannick, man. Yannick, the person. And just start off, man. How did Yannick find football, or how did football find Yannick?
Yeah, man. Football was it was always in the back end of my mind. I was really a soccer guy and a basketball guy, and just going through a lot of things, growing up in the DC area, and coming from a broken home. My story's already out there, so it's no secret. I just needed something to unleash, anger and a lot of stress, and I found it through football practice, just hitting people. You know what I'm saying? And once I realized I was really good at that, I took it super serious each and every day, just trying to do the extra, to get better. And it was one of those things that allowed me not to follow the bad crowd in my area.
Yeah,
hanging out outside at the train station and smoking and stuff like that. I was actually in the gym. I was grinding. You know what I'm saying? Staying out of trouble. So it was an outlet for me to become a man and learn discipline.
That's good, man. So what age was it that you said you're a big soccer guy before that? What age was it when you said, all right, I'm gonna just lock in on this football thing?
When 4 years old, 5 years old, I was dribbling the soccer ball out in the backyard, dribbling the soccer ball, and I feel like those were that sport was one of the main reasons why I obtained my footwork and
makes sense,
cutting stuff like that. So I really pay a lot of homage to that sport because it allowed me to break through in this sport, football.
Why soccer though? What was it? Was it somebody in your family? Was it what was it about soccer?
That's a great question, big bro. My father, when the little time he was in my life, he's from Cameroon, and that's the number one sport in Africa is soccer. So he tried to implement that on me early, and that's how that came about.
Word.
That's crazy. I had a teammate Hashim Tabit at UConn, big 7. Tabit was 7'3" from Tanzania, I believe. This motherfucker was nice on the soccer pitch.
Yeah.
He found basketball late, so yeah, I definitely remember that. All right. So shit, we want to jump right into the might as well fast forward to high school. That crazy high school, and obviously, you know, getting recruited. You were obviously a 4-star recruit. Your high school team was stacked. Yeah. So working your way up to that point, what was it like? What was the experience like in your high school?
Yeah, it was cool. You know, I just felt like at Friendship Collegiate Academy, even though we was in the inner city of DC, we were surrounded by so many, you know, bad neighborhoods. You know, it brought everybody together. Like, for instance, you know, if you messed with a football player on our team, you had to deal with the whole team. And the way our school was structured, everybody was from different neighborhoods. So if you were just a regular student, you know, you get into it anybody from another neighborhood. Excuse me, my camera was falling. You can get into it with somebody else. But the football team, it wasn't a hood or nothing like that. As far as the way we went about it, we were brothers. Even though we were from all different areas and different sections, we were all as one. And I feel like Coach Raheem, who's the defensive coordinator right now, I think at Boston College right now, he just, you know, instilled a lot of values in us. You know, like, we can either follow this path or follow this path. And a lot of guys chose the right path. So that's why a lot of us are successful now. Even the guys that are not in the NFL, you got guys that are lawyers now. You got guys that are police officers and stuff like that. So I just feel like that high school football gave us an outlet to just reach different areas of success.
Man, so I know I spent a little time in DC, man, going to Howard University and just understanding the dynamics of the city, right? So a lot of people, you see the White House, right? And you talk about the government, but then it's a lot of not so glamorous things about the city, right? And you talk about the grit, you talk about the grind, and you kind of touched on it where, you know, Friendship is not a public school, and to a point where majority of the students are from the same neighborhood or the same area, right? Yep. So Friendship, you know, private school, getting a lot of different people from the different parts of DC. You mentioned Coach Raheem. I know one of your coaches that real close to me. One of my dogs I play at Howard University with, Lojo. Yeah, so just kind of touch on just the DC environment, man, and you kind of you touched on it, but really kind of dive deep into that, man, just like what that culture is, man, and having a place like Friendship and having a coach like Coach Raheem and Lojo, who's from the area, who can put their arms around you and be like, look, I done seen a guy go down this road, or I seen a guy go down this road. Kind of like touch on that, man, and just talk about the importance of having them type of guys in your life. You know what I mean?
You're right, big bro. You know, man, you got the same age, and you know, he's snappy. He got that quick fire in him. So, you know, a typical guy from DC, you know, in a poor area, Section 8, you got people that don't have, you know, father figures in their life. So our coaches are father figures. And, you know, I admit that I was a guy that was quick-tempered all the time, like always trying to react to stuff, but I didn't realize where it was coming from. It was coming from me not getting love and attention at home. And being in that area, you know, let me take it back. Signing day, Coach Raheem, Coach Lojo, and Coach Kenny, they pulled me to the side and like, listen, when you go to this next level, it's different. Like, these college coaches, if you show them that you're not part of the team, or you have like an attitude problem, or you're resistant or whatever, they will definitely make sure that you won't be able to go to the next level. So, you know, I had to like throw all that DC stuff away. As soon as I stepped on campus, I had to throw it away. And going back to your first question, DC, you know, we're known for go-go music. We're known for mumbo sauce and chicken wings and stuff like that. People just think about the White House, but you got to really dive deep. You got to go to Benton Road. You got to go to Minnesota Avenue. You got to go to all these. Is to see, you know, the Black community, you know, it's real. It's real. And I'm glad, you know, it's getting cleaned up a little bit. It got gentrified as the years went on or whatever. But, you know, it's still people down there that needs help. And like you said, I was just thankful to have coaches like Coach Lojo to be able to just direct me and help me change my attitude and my mindset and stop thinking that it's me against the world, when it's actually people that actually care about me, that want to see me succeed and win.
Yeah.
That's big for our folks, especially young folks, to let them people help you, you know, that want to. Was there any interest outside of football, outside of sports, that you were kind of into as a young kid and maybe still into now?
Yeah, man. I mean, I love like my dog, my puppy. I have a Belgian Malinois. I always loved dogs growing up. I had pit bulls. That's a DC thing. Everybody from DC had a pit bull growing up. That might be a Virginia thing too. A lot of pit bulls, you what I'm saying? So I had to just
Yeah.
man, I'm big into dogs, man. I'm big into shopping and fashion, stuff like that. Back in the day, I didn't really have the money or the means to be able to, look nice. I was rotating like 2 school pants and like literally 2 school shirts and just washing those things and, rotating. So it's, it's a blessing to be able to do an interview with y'all in a nice house and stuff like that. Cause I ain't, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a blessing.
Yeah. What is it about y'all boy from DMV, man? Every cat we done had off DMV in the fashion, Diggs, Ty Taylor, UAB, all y'all boys want to be in fashion. What is it about that DMV area, man?
Hey, look, man. You heard Prime is one of the the main ones. It's just like when you look good, you feel good. On the field, you play good, and in life, it just feel like you you in motion, man. So it's just one of them things, man.
Yes, indeed. That's our style, man. DMV, man. We, some of the best dressers for sure.
I gotta pull up some of these pre-game picks, see where the swag at, man. I gotta do some research.
All right.
But nah, man, we jumping back into that ball, man. Like you said, 4-star recruit, man, come out of friendship, man. Like, how was your recruiting process? Obviously, you ended up at Maryland, staying home. How did your recruiting process go?
I feel like it was great. I was honored to be able to have my top 3 as Florida State, Maryland, and South Carolina. And what ultimately made me stay home was my mom. She was my mom, my mother figure, my father figure in my life. So we're super close even to this day. And I was literally only 15 minutes away from home. My mom, she still lives in PG County, Maryland, the borderline of DC. And I just wanted her to be able to see me, each and every weekend. And I knew that if I would have went far away, that she wouldn't really have that true support. And that's one of the main reasons I chose Maryland. Also, Coach Loxley, who was a great recruiter, who allowed myself to come there, and he got Stephon to commit there as well, Vernon Davis, all the way, to those guys, Sean Merriman, guys like that, the names that ring bells, you know what I'm saying? So, Twan, you know best. Like, it doesn't matter what college you go to. Like, if you that dude, they gonna come find you. You know what I'm saying? You went to Howard, you know what I'm saying? And you did your thing, and they came and found you. It doesn't matter where you go. So that was my whole process in my mind set in picking out my school.
Quick question though, like were you nervous, or was it any type of hesitation, being that you were close to home? Because sometimes that could be a good thing or a bad thing. Like, was it any type of hesitations of being that close to home?
No, not at all. Because at the end of the day, I never hung out with the wrong crowd in high school, so I never had any kind of beefs with nobody or nothing like that. Never really had to watch my back, and I feel like being in a relationship throughout my whole college career kept me focused. So I never was on Route 1 partying. I never drink. I don't even drink to this day. I never was on the clubs, at the Barking Dog. I did none of that. All I did was grind, chill with my girlfriend, and go check on Mom Dukes to make sure she was straight.
Word.
But I had the game plan, man. All right, so
focus
early. Had to figure it out early. So once you get on campus, once you get on that campus, what was it like? Ben, because obviously, you said you had a great recruitment process. But for a lot of young cats, they get on campus and it's a completely different story. Now, this coach was acting like this. He told me this team was like this. His locker room was like this. This college was like this. How much different? Were you surprised by anything? Was it everything you expected? Did you hit the ground running? How was it that freshman year getting to there?
I had to work. My freshman year, I was feeling myself. I was a DC Gatorade Player of the Year, unarmed All-American. So I was feeling myself. I'm like, man, I'm walking in, and I'm the starter. No, sir. As soon as I walked in, I looked at the depth chart. I was number 3. So I was, because when they recruit you, they're like, yeah, when you come in, day 1, you starting. So I was like, okay. No,
got your high school jersey number hanging in the locker, all that highlight tape.
yeah, but you got to work just like in the league, man. It's a what have you done lately for me business, and I had my freshman year. I finally was able to get on the field, but just as a nickel guy, I was the defensive end on 3rd down, and I had to work for that. I didn't get to that position until like week 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? And then my sophomore year, I still had a battle for the starting job. It was a walk-on. The dude name was I think Cujo Virgil or something like that. He was an outside linebacker, and we had a battle for that spot. And I wasn't a set starter for my sophomore year, so it just taught me that nothing's going to be handed to you. You got to go work and go take it. period. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, I got to go work and go take it because at the end of the day, they draft guys every single year.
Yeah.
And if you have a big salary cap hit on your team, and you're not performing to that standard, they'll find somebody else for cheaper to get it done. So you got to make sure you're on top of your game every single time. So, you know, I'm not a big partier, bro. I don't go to the club. I live right here in South Florida, bro. I haven't been to Fountain Blue. I didn't do none of that. Like, Twan, we just had the retreat. You ain't see me at the retreat, even though I was supposed to speak. I wasn't at the retreat. I'm a guy.
Yeah, man. We was a little disappointed, man, when you see you down there, man.
Man, I'm sorry, but
I was out there too. I thought we was going. We got a new coach. Yeah, we got our letter.
To the youngins, yeah. I gotta. After certain things happen, I have the testimony ready for the next retreat. But I'm low key, man. Like I just try to stay out the way, man, and just keep working.
Nah, man, I like it, man. So, like you said, you know, first freshman year, week 4, week 5, you know, you get into the mix. Sophomore year, you know, you still battling, but you end up, you know, winning that position. When did you feel like, you know, okay, I'm here, and you know, DC Gatorade Player of the Year? Like, when did you feel like I've arrived at Maryland?
Oh man, I would say when I was going against this guy that was highly recruited. His name was Brandon Scherf. I think he still plays. Bars now. He was that guy in Iowa. So, you know, all eyes were on me. My sophomore year was me versus him, and I got the best of him. And since then, I was like, if this guy's projected to be a first-round pick, and I just like literally dogged him, I'm like, bro, you can go to the next level. And that's when I really clicked, and I just took off.
That was your junior year, you said?
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year, okay.
Yeah, Brandon Scherf, that was the year, his last year in college, and he was the #1 offensive lineman coming out for the draft.
Yeah, I forget where he is now, but I think he just got re-upped somewhere.
Yeah, in Jacksonville.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to say I definitely know the name. So, all right, so you hit the grass. So, sophomore year, that's when you, all right, I'm here. My presence is known, my teammates. Did Essel come to Maryland when you were there?
Yeah, I had Coach Essel. Yeah.
Okay, what was it like when he got there? Did that change it? Because I know changing a head coach, that can change a lot for a lot of people. And I had Randy Essel.
When I was a freshman too, he was the coach that recruited me as well. It was yeah, but it goes back to, like I said, you know, nothing's given to you. And one thing I would thank Coach Essel for to this day is not giving it to me easily. Like I had to go take it, and it just always stuck with me, man. Like anything, it doesn't even matter if you're a football player, man. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a boxer, whatever, you got to just go take it. You know, nothing's gonna be given to you.
Hey, question. I want to go back to your recruiting process. Eddie Goldman, what is he? Are you older than him or younger than him?
No, Eddie's older than me by like 2 years.
So he went to Florida State. He didn't try to get you down there to Florida State.
Yeah, he did. It was him and Ron Darby. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that name.
Yeah.
Darby was the host on my official visit. Yeah, both of those guys told me to come down. But the only reason why, Antoine, I didn't pick Florida State, because I was in love with Florida State, was Coach Jimbo wanted me to play inside linebacker, and my life, so I didn't want to set myself up for failure.
Okay.
That was where you wanted to go to, AB, ain't it?
Florida State? Growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Ward Dunn, Peter Ward. Like, you couldn't tell me I wasn't going, you know, tell me I wasn't going to Florida State.
What they do with the little, they got the little dagger and they just throw it.
Yeah, you put that joint. That shit was Campbell. Yeah, I hated that. I grew up a UM fan, so half my house, my pops was Florida State. Pops is a couple of my brothers, older brother, and me, straight UM. So that was a heated rival growing up.
Absolutely. But it's not the same no more, man.
Man, college football continuing, you know, to obviously change with the NIL. Matter of fact, what's your thoughts on the NIL stuff and everything that's going on in college football right now? Transfer portal, it's just completely different. I feel like that when we was in there, you had to, it was different. What's your thoughts on it now?
I feel like it's good because, you know, these guys don't have to sit out a year no more. They can just, you know, automatically play. And, you know, these guys, their likeliness is used, you know, throughout all of these campuses and stuff like that. So they deserve to get money. I mean, the per diem that we were getting wasn't enough to sustain us throughout the whole month. So, you know, if you're a highly touted recruiter, you know, they're using your face, they should be able to, you know, allow you to get that extra bread. You see guys like Reggie Bush and stuff like that were getting money on the side. It ultimately messed them up. If they had that still back then, maybe these guys wouldn't have gotten in trouble.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
Nah, I agree with you on that one, man. So let's talk about like your last 2 years at Maryland. You know, at this point, you the man on campus. You the leader. Like, just what was your whole mindset then? It's different. I think we all can attest to this. It's different when you come in as a freshman or sophomore. Even though, you know, coaches have high expectations of you, but at that time it's like, okay, well, if you don't pan out, you know, sure, we got some more. We got another freshman class coming in. Now you're a junior, you're a senior, you the man on campus, you the captain of the team, man. Like, what's your mindset? And then you said sophomore year, you already have that mentality. I just punish a future first rounder. Now I think I can go to the league. I know I can go to the league. Like, what's your mindset them last 2 years?
Yeah, so I came out as a true junior for the draft. And that year I broke the record at Maryland for a single season that still stands to this day. It was standing since 1972. I got 13 and a half sacks that year. But
you had to jump out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even that though, y'all. Like, fellas, for real. It was a point in time where, you know, me and my mother and I, we was hurting for bread. We didn't have money like that. And I remember it vividly. I forget. I think it was like a spring practice, something like that. She picked me up. I was like, Mom, I'm hungry. Like, can I see your card? I'm trying to go get some food real quick. So next to Maryland is Greenbelt Mall. You know what I'm saying? It's like 10 minutes away. So we went to Greenbelt Mall. I'll never forget it. I went to Jersey Mike's, and I was hungry as hell. So I grabbed a sandwich. And as soon as I swiped the card, it was a Capital One card. I'll never forget. That shit said decline. And I did it again. I was like, oh, 1 second. I think it's something wrong. Decline. So I told the cashier, I said, I'll be right back. I got the wrong card. So I walk into the car. I'm like, Ma, you know, your card just declined. And she was like, Yannick, I told you, like, we don't got it right now. You know what I'm saying? So I told her, Ma, you know, don't even worry about that shit. So I go to the NFL after the season. Man, I took that shit to a whole nother level with the grind, bro. Like, I was like, I would never see my mother hurting again, bro. Like, that shit hurt me, man, to see my mom not have the funds to be able to, you know, show love to me. So I took myself to take it to a whole nother level that year.
Wow, that's real. That's as real as it gets right there, man. So obviously you go out there and ball out. I'm on the field, break the record still standing. And now you are prepping for the draft. You know, you're getting ready for the draft. Obviously another time in your life where you got to focus, which you sound like you went into that college with that mindset. But what was that draft prep like, man?
It was cool, man. I was blessed enough to have a good agent. That's my agent now. And he just gave me the game before I even went to the combine, like how to do certain things, like, you know, giving people secrets, like how to chug that water and put that weight on before you had to get on the scale, like a diesel, everything. And, you know, I feel like, not to get off topic, but me and the diesel, we had fell out. Like, I think my second or third year, we had fell out. He wasn't my agent. And then when I got with certain other people, I realized that it wasn't coming from a genuine place. So I to this day that me and the diesel were back like this. That's my agent. And I just feel like he really helped me groom me as a professional athlete before I even got drafted. He just gave me game, you know, what these teams are looking for, what to say, what not to say. Give these guys eye contact when you're in the meeting rooms. Don't show no kind of fear. You know what I'm saying? He groomed me the right way.
Yeah.
Real talk.
So, you know, coming, you know, preparing for the draft, Adisha putting you on game. Did you know it was going to be Jacksonville?
Nah, I didn't, big bro. I thought it was going to be actually Baltimore, because that's the team that showed the most interest. It was the Ravens, and didn't know it was Jacksonville. Well, I kind of got a hint because I think that Wednesday before the draft, Coach Todd Walsh, who's the D coordinator or the D-line coach now for the Detroit Lions, he worked out, and he said, man, if we have a pick, like, we're going to take it. You're still on the board. And sure enough, you know, day 2, third round, he calls me from a 904 Jacksonville number, and he's like, bro, we're taking you. You know, that shit was crazy. It was crazy. It's dope.
So I believe you went third round, right? Your third round pick?
Yep.
Okay, third round. So what going into that draft, obviously, you know, me, AB, we've been there, you know, waiting for your name to be called. Your teams told you certain things. Hey, we got you available at this spot. We're going to take you. If you're here, we love you. I'm going to jump on the table for you. What was that night like for you? You know, whether it's first, second, third, whatever. What was those nights like just waiting to hear your name called? And then once you hear that name call, obviously, you know, you think about Mom Dukes, the family. But what was that experience like? Because I know everybody has their own personal, I guess, draft night experience.
It was just crazy to me. You know, I knew I wasn't going day one just based off your agent to tell you your projection if you're going to be a day 2 or day 3 guy. So I knew I was in the day 2 area guy. So as I seen guys going off the board, you know, I was starting to get a little bit, you know, depressed because I'm like, man, I had better stats than this dude, and they're picking guys in my position before me. You know, I felt some kind of way. So I was mad. Everybody was in the family area in the living room, and I just go to the kitchen, and my mom, she was the only one that followed me. She was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, man, this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I see all these guys that didn't produce as much as me in college, and they're getting picked up. And then showing up that 904 number called, man. It was divine timing. And I was Todd Wash on the other end telling me I was about to be a Jaguar. So it was lit.
That's good. That's good. So, shoot, man, talk about, you know, minicamp, you know, OTAs, you know, as a rook. Now you back at it again. You know what I mean? So, you know, you Maryland, you at Maryland as a freshman. And now it's a cycle all over again. You know, you get drafted in 3rd round by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I would say, you know, a 3rd rounder, you know, you kind of expected to come in and have some type of impact, whether it's special defense, you know, sub, whatever the case may be. But now, again, you know, you're a rookie in camp. Like how was your mindset? What was your mindset going into Jacksonville OTAs, rookie mini camp, and going into training camp?
I was super confident because I was in shape. You know, that offseason I put in a lot of work, you know, right before leading up to the draft. So I was like really, really in shape. And I knew I had to beat out a 1st round pick at the time. His name was Dante Fowler. And I just came in, you know, day one, like, you know, being of course a team player, but I knew I had to be a man on a mission. And, you know, I just took the job from day one. I was the starter before week 1. One thing that I did take away from that experience was I really feel like looking back now, we didn't really have guidance from like our veterans. And that's one of the reasons why we only won 2 games that season and the season after that. So, you know, a message to the young dudes that are on organizations that have great veterans is like really listen to what they're telling you, because it's not like that everywhere. And at certain places, you got to figure it out on your own. And thank God figure it out. So, yeah, that was my whole experience, you know, that mini camp OTAs.
Yeah, that's big right there. And now you kind of, I guess, you're on the other side of that now. Now you're a vet that's bringing the young guys along, and once again, you're gonna be expected to be one of those voices on our defense in our locker room, which I feel like has a good balance of young guys and vets. I'm excited to see that. But it's a graphic and a stat that I saw you on, man. So players with 8+ sacks in their first 6 seasons. Very short list. Aaron Donald, DeMarcus Ware, Derek Thomas, Reggie White, and you. Did you even know that you were on that short list? How do you feel about that, and what do you attribute to that type of early and consistent success? 'Cause that's hard to do in this league, obviously, by the length of that list we just saw.
Yeah, of course, number one is Yahweh, man. My Heavenly Father is the reason why I was able to stay healthy, to be able to put those numbers up, God first. And then also, you know, just like literally just studying the game and just like the little tricks that I can do. Like some guys, they keep the front of the ball when they try to take off as a pass rusher. I keep the back of the ball because that's the first part of the ball that moves. So I already get initial quick jump off the ball. And then also, you know, just talking to guys. Like last season, my mentor was Howie Long. We would talk on and on off the phone all the time, and he would tell me like, you know, what you did wrong right here, what you did great right here. So I always try to reach out to Hall of Famers. September 2nd, I'm actually gonna, you know, God willing, I'm gonna go out there with Bruce Smith to Canton and watch the ceremony, and I'm gonna come with my notepad and I'm gonna take notes because I'm a student of the game. These are people that I'm trying to get to where they're at. You know, these guys are Pro Bowlers, 10-time Pro Bowlers. Bruce is the all-time leader for sacks and D-line, all-time leader for tackles. The guy played his last season at 40 years old. So I want to know, like, how did you do that?
Wow.
The sports, the medicine back then wasn't as developed as it is now. So how did you know?
You know what it is with Bruce Smith though?
Yeah,
he from the 7'5". So, hey, so that might be a little something different. You know what I'm saying? Bruce, he from the 7'5".
That shit was different, man.
Yeah, that shit look different.
Grown ass man,
dog. And his get off never changed those 19 seasons. If you watch his tape, his get off is still the same.
That's crazy. 19 at a DN, yo.
And so who gave you that watching the back of the ball? Was it somebody who gave you that, or that's something you just picked up on your own?
You said what? That watch? What you said?
Watching the back of the ball, the back of the football. Like anybody that gave you that game, that was something you picked up.
I didn't really taught me that. I was just like, what's the first part of the football that moves? It's going to be the back of the ball. It's not going to be the front. You know what I'm saying? That's how my get off is like really good. I just little tips like that, bro. And then even like the mannerism of an O lineman. Let's think about it. The situation. If it's 2nd and 12 and it's 01 personnel or 11 personnel, and I see the tackle really trying to bail out, I already know it's pass. You know what I'm saying? I already know it's pass. And if it's a screen, cool. I already got off the ball, now redirect. Just little things like that.
Yeah, man.
Nah, dropping them tidbits, dropping them nuggets. Hey, so I got a question. And you know, you can dive into it if you want, but so we just put that short list up, right? So I think for me, like the key to longevity in this league is obviously staying healthy, but it's consistency, right? So you're on that short list, right? But the Colts is now what, your 4th team, 15, and 7, about to be your 7th year, right? Like, how does that make you feel, right? Where everywhere you go, you produce, but yet to get that long-term deal that I feel as though you deserve. How does that make you feel?
And it makes me feel, I'm still hungry and unappreciated, but I was offered a long-term deal in Jacksonville, but I just feel like the numbers weren't right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I was young back then, and I could have went about things the right way a little differently. But I'm young, 22 years old, 23 years old.
I live and learn.
Myself out a certain amount of money, and I wasn't offered that. And that was kind of one of the main reasons why we all crumbled and we weren't able to, stick together as a unit. Then I got franchise tagged, and then COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? And I get picked up by Minnesota. They trade for me. Halfway through the season, the GM and myself were talking. Steve Spillman at the time, who was the GM for Minnesota, he's like, "I want you to stay on this team, but Baltimore's calling for you right now, and you can go because I know they're going to the playoffs, or you can stay here." I'm like, I'm on a franchise tag. It's only a 1-year thing. So I'm like, man, I'm gone. So I leave because I already told you guys I'm close with my mom. She's in the Baltimore, Maryland area. So I left and I went. If I can go back in time, I probably would have finished the season out with Minnesota. So that's how I ended up on my 3rd team. And then we fast forward to now, Vegas. I go out there, I do my thing, I tear it up. We were promised a long-term deal there. They blow up the spot, a whole new stat. You know what I'm saying? So the mode of their the 6'5", 6'4" DN they want in their 3-4 system. And that's how.
Okay, but now you're a Colt, man. So now you're gonna go out there, do your thing, and
indeed,
we happy to have you, baby.
I appreciate it.
We was talking about it yesterday. Yesterday on the pod. Obviously back in the heyday of the Colts, we had some dogs coming off that edge. You talk about tips, overthrows, getting off that edge. Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis, and obviously you got a lot of you learned a lot from a lot of greats in the game. Hall of Famers. Rob definitely gonna be in there soon. All-time league leader and strip sacks. We gotta connect y'all. We gotta connect y'all because I definitely see similarities in y'all. What's that?
We already talked. We already connected.
Okay.
Yeah, he's waiting on me to come out there and get some work in with him. That's my guy. Undersized. Like he was going out there and getting it. And actually, we spoke about it. Like you said, he is the leader of forced fumbles. But I'm actually getting close to him. I'm getting close to that number. I'm trying to surpass that.
Okay.
Where you at right now? I think you at what, 50, 55 sacks. Where you at with strip sacks?
Could you Google it real quick? I'm not even sure.
I gotta see, man. Shit, I don't know how to. Let me see.
Sure. You don't know how to work Google?
Nah, shut your ass up, man. All right, I see 20 forced fumbles. So I'm assuming those are strip sacks, probably most of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so 40 first year stick.
Like 50 or 45 or something like that.
Rob, shit, let's see.
Yeah, I think
40
60.
something. I ain't 60.
Ain't 60?
I want to say like 45, 43 maybe.
Yeah, I'm halfway there.
I'm gonna look
halfway there?
Yeah.
Let me see. 54.
54?
Yeah, I went too far.
Nah, he wasn't. 54. Sheesh.
Yeah, he played till about 37 years old, right?
Yeah, that thing in purple. So you got all these different colors. That's the only purple one I see, so it must be all-time leader. So yeah, so you on your way, man. And like you said, we damn sure glad to have you. Out in Indy, man. What's that? Oh,
I said no question.
What's your expectations for this squad, man? Obviously, your personal expectation, then the expectation for this defense and this team. You didn't have a choice in being, it wasn't like free agency. You were traded here for one of our starters, Rocky Sin. We brought you over, obviously, back with your D coordinator, like we spoke about earlier. But what's your expectation for this squad? Obviously, a lot of expectations outside the building. What's yours?
I'm expecting for this defense in particular, because that's what I'm a part of. I feel like this defense is going to be special. And it's our job, as far as myself, DeForest, to bring the young dudes up like Quiddy and Dio and those guys. We need to bring those guys up, because if we can rotate and have constant pressure every single game, we have better chances of getting the ball back to our offense. And we have, I think, top 3 best running back in the league right now, JT. If we can get the game going, allow Matt, not to have to do too much. We have to, allow him to just put some points up for us. Man, we can. We were 1 game away from the playoffs last season. If we beat Jackson, 1 game away, and it's just
even before that,
beat y'all last year.
The Oakland game.
You're right.
Even before that, but like you said, man, I definitely do think that Indy has the formula to make a good run, man. Defensively, and first off, you talk about the trenches. That's where it starts. Offensive, defensive line, and I think on both sides of the ball, I think the Colts get an A, defensive line and offensive line. Then from there, like to your point, you got JT running the rock. You got a veteran quarterback who Matt Ryan can come in, limit the bonehead plays. I'm not gonna say, manage the game, but make the right plays. And then on defense, man, just continue to do what they've been doing. Darius Leonard, Kenny Moore, Agnew,
Gilly Locke.
Yeah, man. So we definitely in a great situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I want to touch on a little back on that question AB asked you about moving around. I know it's I feel like every we all have different experiences, different paths in the league, and it's good and bad that comes with it all. So you kind of talked about some of the bad, but what's some of the good about seeing these different organizations, different defenses, different coaches? What was something good you would take from moving around so much and now being in the spot that you can see yourself being long term?
Well, my ultimate goal, to answer your question, is to get a gold jacket when I'm done playing this game. And I'm not discouraged by the moving around part, because you got guys like James Harrison that's been cut 8 times. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, Defensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl champion. You got guys like Kevin Green that was on 5 different teams. He's a Hall of Fame, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter about the path. You got guys like Kurt Warner that wasn't even in the NFL until he turned 27, 28 years old. At my age right now, he's a 4-time Pro Bowler, Walter Payton Man of the Year, and a Super Bowl champ. So you just got to keep your faith in Yah. You keep your faith in Yahweh, there's no limit to what you can do. So what I got from being on all those teams is I was discouraged, but I had to keep my faith. You know what I'm saying? And that allowed me to be consistent.
No, I like it.
Gotcha.
I like it, man. I like it. I got one of the questions off of off of Twitter.
Okay.
Who are this is from Cold Heart 219. He wants to know, who are your top 5 pass rushers of all time? That's a great question.
Oh, it is.
That's because there's so many greats. But if I can just throw one real quick off the top, Derek Thomas, Lawrence Taylor. Ooh, that's great. That's a great question.
7'5". He from 7'5" too.
Yeah. Jason Taylor. Pass rusher. Chris Dolman. I'm missing one more. That's a dog.
Chris Dolman. He of Minnesota, right?
Yeah. He was in Minnesota. He was an animal. And who's a number 5 that was just an animal?
You talked about Bruce Smith earlier.
Bruce for sure. Yeah. Bruce. He should have been number 1.
Yeah, that's a mean list.
List.
You got more guys, man. You got guys that people don't even talk about, like Andre Tippett. Y'all remember that name?
Tip, man. Yeah, I got drafted by the Patriots, so I know Tip 56. A lot of people said, I don't know how true this is. A lot of people said he could have been similar to LT as far as what he did if they were to use him right. I don't know how true that is, but
watch his highlights. He was an animal, physical.
Tip. Yeah. Man.
That's a good 5 though. That's a good 5. I mean, that's a different 5. That's a 5 that you typically won't hear, but obviously coming from a student of the game and somebody that's playing their position, you will hear that. Media, you definitely gonna hear some other names. You already know how that go.
Yep. I want to stick with the list, man. So I want to go. It won't be a 5 list, but give me three of the best left tackles or tackles in general that you faced. That you like, hey, this dude, I gotta bring my A game down in, down out. It's a chess match. He gonna be in plays. His hands gonna be right. His feet gonna be right. Who are those guys that you faced so far in the league?
Big Trent. He's like a big brother to me. Big Trent Williams. Played for San Fran.
Yeah.
Whitworth that just retired from the Rams. Animal. And the third tackle in his prime before he got he got banged up. Jason Peters. Dog.
Oh yeah.
Dog.
I know two of them for sure. I think gonna be Hall of Famers
for sure.
I know Peters and Trent. I know they definitely gonna be Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
I think Whit in there too.
Yeah, Whit might be in there too.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he's not, but I know
you
for
saying
sure
those 2 locks.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Whit should be a lock too, especially after this last run with the Rams.
Yeah.
I think he'll be a lock.
Who's your top 5 DBs of all time?
Top 5 DBs of all time. We can go prime.
Yeah.
We can go Rod Woodson.
Oh hell yeah.
We can go Charles Woodson.
Dog.
We can go Champ Bailey.
Dog.
And we can go Ed Reed.
Dog.
Sheesh.
That's it. That's the Mount Rushmore for them, for sure.
Yeah, that's
of course it's gonna be something that's gonna be left out, you know what I mean? But
you can't argue with that 5. I mean, I would have to put Mel Blount in mine. He would just have to be in there somewhere. I don't know who had to come out.
Yeah, I mean, somebody gotta come out.
Somebody gotta come out, baby.
Somebody gotta come out.
I don't want to say it might be C. Wood.
The only reason why I'm not gonna say the only reason.
We got Ronnie Lott.
But the main reason, I'm mad I ain't put Ronnie Lott in there. But one of the main reasons why I got Rod Woodson and Charles Woodson, like C. Wood played every position at a very, very high level. He played corner, he played the nickel, and he played safety. Like that's a DB right there. Like not all DBs can play safety, can go from corner to playing the inside, and then later on in his career, go play safety, and you make Pro Bowl at every position. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you make a huge difference at every position. So for me, that's an epitome of playing a DB. Rod Woodson, playing corner, all Pro Bowls, get injured, go to safety, all Pro Bowl. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like them two.
That's a tough list. Just like that pass rusher, I'm sure his names in the back of Yannick mind. He's like, damn, I left him.
Yeah, you're right.
So with the Mel Blount, the only person I could say I could remove from that list and feel absolutely okay with that is Champ.
Yeah,
Champ got most Pro Bowls all time by any DB.
I know.
12.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like Ed Reed, he got damn near almost 100 interceptions.
Yeah,
like
Ed Reed in there. He entrenched in there.
And then Prime, he kind of set the standard for just locking one side of the field down. Like, coach, I'm good. Don't even looking over this way. So
yeah, you're right.
Well, D-Buck, while we on it, D-Buck, you gotta give us your top 5 DBs.
You know what? I'm gonna go 5 that you didn't have on your list. So I'll start with Mel Blount.
Okay.
Another DB I really like. I don't think you talked about enough. Aeneas Williams. Aeneas Williams was gangster. You went C. Williams. Ronnie Lott.
Yeah.
Ronnie Lott, I think he was all-pro at corner his first few years in the league, then went to safety and was, one of the nastiest, fiercest safeties in the league. Who else, man? Who else? I'm going to put Zont in my 5, too. I'm going to put Asante Samuel in my 5.
He was nice.
Because Zont got that ball at an extremely high level.
About Peanut? Like Peanut?
I love Peanut. Love Peanut. Change the game as far as, forced fumble and creating turnovers a different way. Obviously you think about just picks with DBs, but he literally he changed the way the game is played as far as punching that ball out.
Tampa Bay, when they had that crazy defense.
Rondé Barber. Rondé Barber. If you look at Rondé numbers.
Safety. Who's that safety?
John Lynch.
John Lynch and I ain't gonna lie though, John Lynch, he ain't gonna be on my.
Not
top 5.
Great player. Hard hat, hard hitter, physical. He's a guy that I would want, in the foxhole next. For sure. Just when Rondé would definitely make that list.
What about Revis?
Revis for a stint. Revis was probably he was in the argument for best ever. For a stretch. I think the longevity, you talk about a guy like Champ. Yeah, you talk about a guy like Champ, 12 Pro Bowls, prime, played forever. Seawood, Rod Wood, like you said. Rod Woodson also all pro at corner, all pro at safety. So I wouldn't put him on there. Think of one more guy though. So many DBs, man. You went Ed Reed. I go Troy P. Troy. Troy. Because these cats are just different, man. You break that huddle, you got to find these cats. Like, it ain't like you just play. You got to find 43. You got to find 20, 21. So I go with them.
Okay.
I go with them. A lot of good DBs, though, man.
Yeah. Sure, man. I'm get a couple more questions, man, from the fans, man. These are mainly from Colts fans. I think some of these we kind of talked about.
Yeah. Let me throw a random non-football one on there. From Minister of Mediocrity. Thin crust or thick crust of pizza?
I'm a thin crust dude, man. I don't like too much bread. Thin crust.
Thin crust.
Yeah. My girl put me onto that because I used to be on the thick crust, but she put me onto the thin. I'm trying, stay lean.
Stay lean, yeah.
I feel you.
No homo. You can eat more of the thin crust too. Like the thick crust is more filling.
Respect.
It's a great question right here. From Matt. This is from on IG. Matt Gondelario 12. What was it like in the Raiders building during last year's season, from the rug situation to the Gruden controversy and eventually rallying around the interim head coach? I don't want to.
Bisaccia.
I feel like throughout all those events, like in the building, I feel like we got closer as a team, man. We definitely did rally around Bisaccia, and I just feel like, for him to, get that job just thrown in his face as a head coach and to be able to lead us into the playoffs, like, that's special. I was really hoping for him to at least get like a 1-year extension as a head coach to see how it would go, because, guys were really super close to him. So I text, to this day, we text each other and check on each other to this day. We're super close. I got nothing but respect and love for him.
Well, that's dope.
Everybody speaks very highly. And like from the outside looking in, me and AB, we talked about it several times on the show. Like that was, incredible what that locker room was able to do with all that, outside noise and tragedies and things like that. Obviously, Rick, you guys, I'm sure on the defensive end had your guys, quarterback, Derek Carr. That was big. Let me see. Outside of football, once again, from the Pickled Skunk on Twitter, what does the future hold? What are you into outside of football? Any business ventures or aspirations?
Yeah, for sure, man. I definitely got some real estate in my portfolio, and then also I'll have an announcement probably like in maybe like the first part of the season, like week 1, week 2. I'm definitely gonna have some part, ownership in a soccer team.
Okay.
Yeah. Just trying to, build those relationships, with guys and bump shoulders with the right people in the business tip, man. And I think that's the biggest thing going on for me, just having a share on the soccer team in specific. And Twan, you're gonna be surprised when I mention, in a couple weeks who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to, build beyond the businessman, the philanthropist, man. Build that side too, man. We know about the football part. That shit's going. I'm done playing. Like nobody's not gonna remember. They gonna remember about how it impacted, people's lives and stuff like that. And also, I'm also teaming up with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and we're just, giving beds to families in like low income areas in the Indianapolis area. And we're trying to work this thing where like every sack I get, a family gets a free bed or whatever, and I'll go myself personally to go put it together. And
that's dope.
It's so dope, big bro, because recently I had reposted something on my Instagram, and I just seen this kid. He was in tears because it was his first bed, and Sleep in Heavenly Peace was able to do that for him. And I coming from the same kind of situation, like that shit just filled my heart up, dog. For real.
Man. Yeah, that's big. That's big.
It's called Sleep in Heavenly Peace?
Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Yeah, they're based out of Indiana. We teaming together for sure.
Okay.
We have to keep track on that. But like you said a mouthful right there. Like as far as the football, like it's all fun and games. Obviously it give us a great platform that we can use, and being able to use it the right way. Obviously you get paid a lot of money to play a child's game, but to what you said, like shit, 10, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, it's going to be another edge rusher that's coming around that's going to get a hella sacks, and they're going to forget about us, but they'll never forget that young man. Never forget
facts.
Yannick, coming to the crib and delivering his first bed. Like that type of impact, man, is lifelong, man. So I salute you, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing, obviously on the field, but more importantly, off the field, man, with the lives that you can impact, man, with the platform that you have.
I appreciate you, big bro, for real.
Oh, buddy,
I think we might want to jump on that too, man. With that sack thing, we might have to throw another bed in there from the man-to-man pod.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Nah, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna have to connect and do that because that's big. Yeah. And obviously, that's a big thing. I remember when I got to Indy in 2012, that was my third team. And just looking, in the training room, seeing all the Ed Block winners and all the Walter Payton nominees, you can tell like that was important as far as the community and what they do there from Ursay on down. Like that's something that to be proud of. So I'm glad that you carrying that torch. There's a lot of other guys in that locker room that's gonna do it too, man. So love that.
Yeah.
But what else we got? We got to get this question in. I think Trashy helped put this interview together. One of our listeners. Trashy.
Shout out to Trashy McStoner.
Shout out to Trashy McStoner. He was in the chat yesterday on the pod.
I need a link with Trashy McStoners.
But what are your top 5 favorite movies, and what is a hidden talent of yours that we don't know about?
So many good movies, man. But number
top
1.
5, yeah, that's tough.
Of course, Friday.
Okay. Friday's classic.
Yeah, number 2, Paid in Full.
Okay, another classic.
Yeah, dang, that's a good ass question, man.
Life. I know that's the first one.
That's a movie, but I won't put that in my top 5 though. Not in the top 5. There got to be another good movie that I love, man. Really, man. Movies, man. I just love like black movies, man. I love like our culture, bro. Like it's dope, man. Like you can put all 3 Fridays up there. You know what I'm saying? Like I love Friday. A hidden talent of mine. What is a hidden talent of mine? I wouldn't really say I have a hidden talent. I would say I can read energy real well, man. Like I can decipher within like 3 minutes of a conversation if you a real cat or not. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a talent of mine. That's just based off the environment I was raised in or whatever. But the movies, man. Another one I like was Ali. Will Smith, that Ali movie. That was dope. That was dope. Yeah, that's really my time. Oh, I can't forget House Party. I love House Party. Yeah,
the classic.
House Party.
I know this might be a little for your time. You watch Harlem Nights?
Yeah, with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Okay, Harlem Nights. And while we on this movie topic, I gotta ask you this one, because I know you probably seen both of these.
Oh man, I already know. He already know his answer.
Gladiator or 300?
I'm going with Gladiator.
I already knew his answer.
Yeah, I'm going with Gladiator all day. Yeah, for sure.
All day.
No disrespect to 300, it was a dope movie, but
nah.
Yeah, Gladiator for sure.
I already knew where D-Bo was going with this, and I already knew your answer. I already knew your answer. That was
you. From a mile away.
Hey, that was easy, man. But look, bro, we don't want to take too much of your time, man. We definitely appreciate you stopping by. Our newest coach, man, Yannick, man, we appreciate you, bro. Wishing you much success this year on the field, injury free, and again, man, like D-Bus said, we definitely got to connect on what you're doing in the community, man, with the Bears. We definitely want to add on to that. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the Man to Man Pod.
I appreciate y'all, fellas, man. God bless, man, for sure.
Appreciate you, man. Good luck this year and beyond. There you have it, man. Another great guest in the Man to Man Pod. I got a good feeling that won't be the last time we have Yannick on the show, man. But I'm looking forward to his impact on the defense, and more importantly, his impact on the community, man. It seems like he's doing some great things, Yannick Ngakoue. So make sure y'all obviously follow him and welcome him to Colts Nation, man. From the Man to Man Pod, I want to have Darius Butler, got my co-host Antoine Bethea.
Yo.
And we hope y'all enjoyed that interview. Many more to come. Gone.
Peace.